You saw the title, you know why you're here. There's no way he could beat a human while blindfolded, right? I won? Well, you'll just have to watch and find out. Before playing online matches, I decided to warm up with Century Smash. The game throws 100 very weak computer players at me, and I must defeat them without getting knocked out of the arena. I chose Ganondorf, a strong, slow, heavy-hitting character, and put on my blindfold. So the problem is, I won't know if I've lost or not, and that's kind of where I'm going to be relying on Twitch chat for help. The only strategy I could think of was to just stand in one place and use an attack that covers a large area, like Ganondorf's up smash. So we're just gonna keep up smashing, trying to beat this blindfolded. I don't have a strategy other than this, so if this doesn't work, really all I can do is change characters, or hope to get lucky. Playing with Ganondorf was going great, but I kept getting stopped by two things, end lag and Mii Gunner. Ganondorf is strong, but slow, and there's time in between each of his sword swings where I can be hit. If I get hit enough, I'll get knocked off stage, and the attempt will be over. Mii Gunner was another problem. The enemy AI seemed to really like standing just outside my range and using a forward smash, which could hit me and knock me off the stage. There's something you have to understand here. For most of the challenge, I was having audio issues and couldn't hear the game, on top of not being able to see it. This meant that if I got hit off stage, I would never know that I needed to use a recovery move, so I would die every time. To try to counteract these problems, I changed characters. I'm thinking someone like Bowser, and I'm just going to be probably spamming grounded up B. The reason I'm using up B here is because if I do wind up getting hit off, I think it will wind up just making me grab ledge. Sadly, a problem quickly became evident with this strategy. The hitbox on Bowser's grounded up B doesn't reach too far outside of him, meaning that most moves the CPUs used would outrange me. Okay, so if not Bowser, who else? Bowser's not doing it, because they're just not even approaching my up B. Donkey Kong could work. Donkey Kong also has a really good grounded up B. It seems like Donkey Kong is kind of the strategy. It's taking a while, but it's definitely doing something. Donkey Kong turned out to be not much different from Bowser, but playing with him revealed a flaw in my methods. I only killed 11? What was happening for those 3 minutes? I'm so confused. This attempt made me realize that with no way to see or hear the game, it was tough to gauge how a character was doing until I died. From now on, instead of immediately jumping into attempts with characters, I would instead test them out first while able to see the game and not start blind attempts until I was confident in their abilities. Something like K-Rool neutral B could work. I could try just running back and forth with dash attacks. So I just have to keep track of where I am. So like if I do it twice to the right, I have to do it twice to the left. This dash attack strategy might have worked, but when I tried to do it blind, my lack of game audio meant I couldn't hear when the dash attacks were done, and if I ever failed the timing of them, I would just run off stage. Disappointed, but noting this strategy for later, I went back to testing other characters, and the next one I thought had promise was Ike. My thought with Ike is like Ganondorf, he has a very big sword, but I'm going to be able to spam his up B, I think. Ike's up B has him throw his sword into the air, leap up to catch it, and slam down to the ground. There was one slight problem though. It moves him forward slightly when used, which could slowly move me off the edge of the stage and closer to my doom. On top of this, lots of the time, a platform on the stage would get in the way and the landing shockwave of the move wouldn't connect, so the move wouldn't kill. Lastly, putting Ike in the air meant that if I got hit during the move, I would get knocked very far, oftentimes off the stage. At this point, I think you get the idea. Swap to a character thinking it'll solve all my problems, only to find problems that were often even worse. Maybe Kirby, whose down B can ignore damage and knockback when in use. Ooh, actually, I think this is a genuinely good idea. Nope, the move needs to be too vulnerable. Maybe Richter, where I could create a wall of projectiles? Oh, you know, actually, I think this is the play. Simon and Richter are very good projectile characters. So, while their moves might be a bit slow, I feel like if I just spam them, it'll work fine. Nope, he's too slow, and the AI just moves in between his projectiles. Maybe Sora, who is a side B that homes in on characters. Nope, it just throws me off stage most of the time. Maybe Min Min, notorious for using her arms to wall out opponents. Nope, the boomerang one isn't strong enough to kill, and the others are too slow. Not even Little Mac, who I thought would make this challenge a cakewalk with his fast, armored attacks, could compete with the AI's platform camping. I can stop, and see they won't approach. Like they're just staying. I tried Young Link, Sonic, Bowser Jr., King DDD, Mr. Game & Watch, everyone I thought stood a chance, but it always failed. But you know what didn't fail? You guys. I was so happy to see all the support on my Celeste video, and I really appreciate all the kind words and new subscribers. If you aren't subscribed, give it a try. It's free, and you can always unsub if you don't like the content you're seeing. Anyway, Back to Smash Bros. I was tired of losing, so I pivoted to taking my anger out on the home run contest sandbag, also while blindfolded. Essentially, I would plan a set of actions while able to see the game, and then perform those actions while blind, seeing how far I could launch the sandbag. Being blindfolded meant I couldn't do many complicated strategies, because any movement of the joystick would be hard to consistently replicate. I first tried with Piranha Plant once I realized that I could grab the home run bat if I never moved side to side from the spawn location. So maybe if I close my eyes, charge a side B, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and charge a forward smash. That actually gets me some distance. You see, this is a good idea. Let's go a different character, because it was just spamming side B. After getting bored of spamming side B, I switched to Ness, where I spammed side B even more. Maybe I don't even have to do the rolls. The reason I was doing the rolls is to try to keep myself closer to the bat, but maybe if I just do this a bunch, roll into the bat, grab it. Okay, so let's see what that have gotten me. Awesome. So that's going to be my goal, is I side B until about 2 seconds are left, and then I'm going to roll in, grab the bat, and forward smash. Oh, it just started. Oops. Hopefully I'm still able to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Roll in, grab the bat, forward smash. Let's see how much we get. 184 damage might do it. Cause that first try? First try! After a smashing success with Ness, I moved on to Shulk, who could rack on damage with his Buster art and change to his Smash art for a big final hit. This is what my best attempt looked like. 1, 2, 3, 4. We change arts, grab the bat, smash. Okay, I think that was it. Yep, I'm at 118%. Is that right? I think I got it. 200, 300. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, that's awesome. To close things off, I swapped to Ganondorf, who blew the other characters out of the park simply by existing. By using his reversed neutral B, I was able to get this attempt blind. 1, 2, 3. Forward tilt. Roll in. Up smash 1. Wait a second. Up smash 2. Neutral B. Did that do it? Ganondorf is so busted. What was that? 624.29. After those 3 great successes, I regained the resolve to continue attempts at Century Smash. This time, instead of swapping between characters, I would try to make use of my now working game audio and create a strategy for Ganondorf, who seemed to be the best out of everyone I had tried. While messing around, I thought of something. Every once in a while, I should roll and do it. If the enemy wasn't going to approach me, I would use rolls to position myself wherever I wanted and try to close the gaps between me and the Mii fighters to prevent them from outspacing me. With this strategy, I was confident that given enough tries and luck, I was bound to win eventually. $50! Wow, that is significantly better. $62! $67? Let's go, dude. We're getting there. I won? No way! Let's go! After hours of learning the strengths and weaknesses of the characters by playing Century Smash, it was time for the real deal, a flesh and blood opponent. I decided on a complete change in strategy since I would no longer be playing against the game's quite campy AI. First, I changed my preferred matchmaking settings to stamina mode. This makes the game use HP instead of the typical mechanic of trying to knock the opponent into the blast zones. I then chose Sora for 2 reasons. Firstly, Sora's side B targets the opponent, allowing me to attack without having to know where they are. Also, I could spam Sora's neutral B when in doubt of my location in order to chip away at my opponent's HP. With the strategy in mind, I started quick play matches. My first few battles were ones with multiple lives. This meant that I was very unlikely to win, since I would have to get lucky enough to defeat my opponent multiple times in one game. I saw no sign of victory until this one match against a person playing Joker. We each started with 2 lives. Let's try to guess who it is. No clue. When I can remember, I try to start each match by spamming crouch, then rolling to the left. This means that if I spawn on a platform, I would drop onto the stage, then roll to the edge, where I can start spamming neutral B. I'm basically just shooting blind here, since I have no clue who my opponent is. This sadly means I can't predict their approach and try to react to it. Instead, I waited until I hear them take damage from the fireball, which meant they were somewhat close to me. I then used my side B to get some hits in. After the side B, I had no clue where I was or what direction I was facing, but I heard myself get hit by the opponent, so I used side B again to get back on stage in case I had been knocked off. This was essentially my entire strategy. Side B until I'm somewhat confident I'm above the stage, then retreat and start spamming projectiles until I hear something happen. Sadly, it doesn't take much damage to get knocked off stage, and if I don't realize that I'm in the air, I die very quickly. But as you can see, once I respawn, I try to get to the edge of the stage and start spamming once more. If I don't hear anything happen for a while, I'll often just start mashing buttons in the general direction of where I think my opponent is. In this case, I got very lucky, and when I got hit off stage, I was able to side B back on stage while my opponent fell to their doom. I started to panic once I realized that my opponent had died, and started mashing side B and down B, hoping to get lucky once again. But sadly, it wasn't meant to be. One dash attack from my opponent was all it took to send me off stage to my doom. It was certainly a disappointing defeat, but it shows just how daunting winning a stock battle is. Luckily, I eventually matched into a battle with someone under the rules I had set. This was my first stamina battle, and my first real chance at victory. I kept the match pretty even, mostly by trading blows and using side B to recover, but one bad move spelled the end for my fight. I thought I was above the stage, so I used my down aerial, killing me. In fact, most of my stamina battles went this way, with me keeping fairly even with my opponent until I made one bad mistake. But stamina matches were coming quickly, and the next one to show promise was against a Kirby. Kirby? Based on the game sounds, I knew my opponent was a Kirby, but I was unlucky and spawned on the right side of the stage, so when I rolled to the left, it didn't put me in a good position to fireball spam. My opponent hit me off stage, but I luckily remembered to side B, and I soon heard a ledge grab sound, so I knew I was on the edge of the stage. Now in a better position, I began to spam neutral B, and my opponent made a big mistake. Kirby only heals about 1% from projectiles, but my fireballs do about 5% each, causing the Kirby's health to be whittled down by another 10%. The Kirby missed their down B, causing them to take even more damage. I then attempted to catch the Kirby's approach with an up B, but missed, allowing the Kirby to knock me off stage. Thankfully, I knew to air dodge back to the ledge. After trading some more hits, I decided to go for a very risky play. Sora's counter is very strong, but I had no clue where I was, so if I was off stage, I might fall too low to recover. I went for it anyway, and it paid off. Even though the Kirby had taken a lot of hits, it was fighting back hard and I was taking heavy damage. I still had no idea where I was, so I decided to use side B, which ended the match. I won? No way! No way! I won! I beat someone blind! Oh, he's the greatest Sora player of all time! So yes, with enough luck and some strategy, it is possible to beat a real opponent while blindfolded. If you want to see more, watch some of my other videos. Also, this entire challenge was streamed on Twitch, where I'm live every Saturday and Sunday at 3 PM Eastern. Thanks for watching.